Hey Matt, it's Chewy, and it's time for your weekly update. So, big news. I have finally found a new job, which means uh, I finally am just. There's so much stress that goes into finding a job, and I was just thinking about all of the things that I was stressed about, and it's a lot of it feels like it's going to be relieved now that I've found my new job. And so, just to give you a little thing, I'm going to be working at a new place. It's a senior creative copywriter position. Yeah, I've been looking for a while now. I think it's been almost 3 months since I started my look or my search, rather. But it's so great to feel like just the relief of it. I'm still like slightly nervous because, I haven't started yet, and I'm like, oh, I want to do a good job. I want them to know they hired the right person, and it just, it won't feel real, I guess, until I'm there and doing it. But I don't know. Regardless, I feel like my conversations with them went really well, and I feel like I'm going to be able to do a lot of things that I've really wanted to do, I guess, professionally. And yeah, so I'm excited about it. I'm really excited about it. It's a change that I've been wanting for a long, long time. And yeah, I just got a message from you, and one of the big things with that is you also mentioned that you are on the job search, and I know you do like film things, and I feel like the job search just doesn't end in creative fields at all. Like you're always looking for just new work to do and new things to do. So I feel like it's still gonna just keep going all the time. Of course, I don't know exactly what type of job you're looking for. I'm just imagining that it's that type of thing, but yeah, it's crazy to just have that constant stress every time some new project is done, a new piece of work is complete, and you have to go right back to it. And yeah, so I guess for me, finding a job, I wanted something that addressed a lot of the problems that I've had at my last place, and I feel like this place does, and I'm excited to be there. But yeah, I guess in terms of stress, what it relieves is first off, I was pretty unhappy at my job. Everybody's not paid well across the board there. So yeah, it's just like everybody's pretty underpaid. The amount of work everybody has to do is a lot. And, it's a pretty stressful environment to be in all the time. And it sucks to know that you just, you could be somewhere better. And everybody's doing like great stuff there, but unfortunately, just the money is not there to give people raises. Yeah, so it was disappointing. And then on top of that, this really relieves the stress of actually looking for a job, because that's a lot of extra time that you spend like applying, interviewing, being rejected all the time. And after months of this, like it just feels overwhelming at points. Like waves of me just being overwhelmed was a very constant thing all the time. Um, where just like making decisions by the end of the day, I was tired of it. I didn't want to do it anymore, and I just felt overwhelmed. And so it's a long process. For anybody looking for a job, I think people say it takes like 4 to 6 months on average, and I'm just below that. Luckily, I think I'm excited. I was worried I was gonna reach month 5 and be like, okay, is this the month? And I don't know how I would have felt at that point, because even just this last week, I was at the end. I was just like, I don't know how long I could do this, but I know it's not that long. It's not much longer that I could stand being where I am. So I'm really glad things turned around. And so, yeah, the other stress is like, you spend a lot of time doing these things, and it's just time, like I said, applying, writing cover letters, whatever you need to do for a position. But there's a lot of time that goes into each application, and you want to get that right because that's the first thing people are seeing. That's the first impression they get of you, and then at that point, they're deciding if they think you're worth taking time, getting to know you, and speaking with you, and then from there, you're in the door. And I don't know, interviews are stressful for me because it's the only thing that makes me really nervous. We played in a band together for a while, and I think at first when we played, I was pretty nervous about all of those things, but after a while, I just didn't feel that anymore. And so there aren't a lot of things that make me nervous. I did improv for a while, and I was on stage in front of people on Fridays or Saturday nights and doing improv comedy, which is super hard, and that was fine. I wasn't worried about that. But interviews, it's just like, you're going into a situation where people are there to just scrutinize whatever you're doing. They're getting to know you too, but it just feels so judgmental in a weird way. So I don't know. It frightens me. It makes me nervous, and I'm so glad to be past that, and I'm ready to be at this new place. And then outside of that, like I said, another time-related thing is when I get back from work. I addressed this a while ago, but I realized I have a lot of things going on in my head. Like, one was I kind of hated my job at that point, and that was stressing me out. And I was like, I feel like my time there, I don't know, it just doesn't feel as productive as it could be. And then I'd get back, and I'm like, I want to work on YouTube. I want to job search. I want to do all these things. And it's kind of stifling. So now that I'm not job searching, I can feel, I guess when I get back home, I can feel like, oh, cool, I can hang out, I can do some things, I can maybe plan some YouTube videos, and so I'm happy about the time I'm going to get. Jackie's pretty busy with school too, so right now, how I have things scheduled is my YouTube schedule is kind of what I do on the weekends. So Saturday, Sunday, I've got a schedule that if I abide to it, I have enough videos to fill my week, right? But if I don't, it's all going to come down on Sunday, and Sunday will be a long day. But now that I have some extra times after work, I'll probably spend a lot of that kind of doing some more website things. I know I've been pretty disappointed that I haven't been able to put in the right amount of time to Wild. For anybody who doesn't know, whatilikediscovering.com, if you go there, that's my website, and I've been kind of trying to revamp it in a way and figure out exactly what I want to do with it. I guess I'm not spilling those secrets quite yet, but I've got my ideas and I've got what I want to do. I just haven't gotten around to the point of doing it. And so now I feel like I'm going to have that amount of time to do things. And then the last stress that was on me was definitely like money stress. I kind of mentioned that at the beginning where, at the place I was, like, nobody was paying and getting paid what they should have been, which is disappointing for me because I liked the people there for the most part. I felt they did good work and they deserved it for sure. But yeah, for me it was like the end of summer gets tough because Jackie's program that she's in, she gets paid during the school year, and so summer rolls around and what we've got is like what we've got. It kind of all falls on whatever I'm making for the most part to make ends meet with rent and, just basic survival things, food, shelter, So by the end of summer, it gets pretty stressful where you're like, oh, this is a lot less money than we had at the beginning of summer. So yeah, I'm glad now I'm at a place where I feel like summers aren't going to be a problem. Things are going to be good. We're going to be able to save. People who haven't started saving, they say the best time to start is when you're 25, and I'm like, okay, we're not too far past that. We can start saving now and it's fine. But yeah, we're gonna start hopefully saving a good amount. But yeah, just all those stresses are lifted at this point. And it feels like it all happened with one call Friday morning. And yeah, it's feeling good. I'm excited. I'm super excited to be going off to whatever new things are going to be happening. And yeah, it just, I guess that's what I feel right now. I just feel relieved that this process is come out great. But yeah, I guess I'm really glad I got to hear from you. Like I said, well, for the people who have asked me, Matt, who I addressed these to, is a real person. And this whole thing kind of started while I was in Arizona. I moved over there and I started calling Matt. He would never answer. I started leaving messages and they ended up being like this. Like I would just update you every week. And so, yeah. Anyways, I hope you're having a good time. I can't wait to hear more about whatever your plans are for the wedding. And don't forget to invite me and Jackie. All right. Bye.